Well, welcome back to our series on the 9 ways that you can make next year your best year. In the last video, we kicked things off with the first way, which was to learn a new skill. But if you remember, I said the goal isn't to start all 9, but it's just to pick a few and then commit to those. So today we're diving into the second way which you can make next year your best year, and that is to start using a planner. One of my favorite quotes is from author and motivational speaker Jim Rohn. He says, "You either run the day or the day runs you." And when I find that it seems that the day is running me, it's because I'm stuck in a reactive cycle where I'm just responding to whatever comes my way. But running the day is different. It means you're being proactive. And that starts by investing a little bit of time in strategic planning. Because if we do that, the result of that forward planning can be things like less stress, fewer surprises, and a whole lot more efficiency. Let me tell you about a principle that I learned early on in my leadership career. It was when I was a manager with Texas Roadhouse, and we would hand cut steaks in the back of the restaurant. It's one of the signatures of Texas Roadhouse. Well, during my training, I remember someone told me, measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once. This is the way that you eliminate having a bunch of extra waste, which would be a bunch of small pieces that you don't need, leaving you with very little of the sizes you do need. You don't want that. So you have to measure twice and cut once. But the principle in itself is really about double checking. It goes way beyond steak. In fact, I do this each morning with my planner now. I double check the use of my time before the day gets started so that I eliminate wasting time. So your next question might be, okay, Reese, that's great, but which planner should I use? Well, I've found that it really depends on personal preference. But even the best planners that I've found that I've used really only get me 70 to 80% of the way there. Because most of the features that I need or wanted are not in all of them. The bottom line is there's no perfect planner. It's going to come down to your planning habits and how you use the specific planner that you choose. So I recommend starting somewhere and then trying a few planners to see what fits, which one is best for you. But here's what I do. I'll put 3 of my favorites down in the description of this video to help you get started. Now, here's an example of an old planner of mine. And I'm going to share with you a few things in it that could be action steps if this is an area that you want to improve in. But my takeaway thought for you is a planner helps you manage your priorities, stay structured, and measure your progress. So first, let me ask you, how do you currently plan your days? Are you intentional and proactive? Or do you find yourself reacting to whatever comes up? Do you feel like there's wasted time? And that if you use that time more efficiently, you could get more results in your day? Well, if you don't have a daily plan and you do feel like you're wasting time, I think this could be a game-changing strategy for you. So let's take a look at my old planner, and I want to give you 4 steps that you can use. You can use these steps to put this into action and start your daily plan. The first is to review your priorities in the morning. Most all planners have a place where you can write in your big 3. This is where you identify your top 3 key priorities for the day, the things you need to get done to win the day. And it's important that you focus on tasks that align with your bigger goals, not just what feels urgent in the moment. Now, the second step is to use time blocking in your schedule. This is where you assign specific time slots for high priority tasks. For example, at 9:30 a.m., maybe you respond to emails. And from 10 to 11:30, you focus on a big project you're working on. After you get pretty good at this, you'll notice that it gets easier to block your days. And you can pretty much tell what you do during your weekly routine and when you do it. Now, the third step is to include flexibility. This is for all the things that are unexpected that just show up in your schedule. Here's where I leave intentional gaps in my day and in my week for unexpected tasks. For me, I do this on Friday mornings. I create a 3-hour block that's open just to catch up on things as a buffer before I get into the weekend. Now, the final step is to add time for reflection. I do this at the end of the day. I take 2 to 3 minutes and ask myself, what went well today? And what could I improve on for tomorrow? I call those my win and work-ons. This is important because small adjustments over time lead to big improvements. So there they are, 4 simple steps to get your day planning started. So now as we close out our time together, I want to leave you with this. You can't control everything about your day, but you can control how you plan for it. A little preparation really does go a long way. Well, if this video has helped you, I want you to hit that like button, join the rest of the journey by subscribing, and then drop a comment below. How do you currently plan your days? And what's one thing you can do differently starting tomorrow? I'll see you in the next video.